My dad was almost 50 years old when I was born. But when I got to the age where I could start to learn I wanted to drive and stuff, my dad was really good with me with the car. I mean, all through high school, 'cause I mean, all I had to do was ask him, "Can I take the car?" And he'd give me the keys.
Mhm.
But I think he instilled something because I knew that if I screwed up with that car, I wouldn't see it again either. So, but I was luckier than probably most kids my age because I was the youngest. I mean, most of the kids that I knew were grandchildren.
Mhm.
I didn't think that Harold was any different than I was. And he was 3 days older than me, but I was his uncle.
Mhm.
And that kind of stuff with Thelma and Vera and everybody, I mean, that just kind of grew. I never thought nothing about it until I got old enough when I was that I was their uncle, even though they were older than me.
Mhm.
It didn't do me any good either.
Your dad used to get up on the roof quite a bit.
My dad, I can remember my dad getting. What I remember about that is when we got our first television set, and the house that I grew up in was 3 stories high. It was 2 full stories, and then a full attic and up there. And this was in the wintertime, and I can't tell you who put the TV and stuff in, but when they come up to install the TV, we had not only that they've had about a 30-foot tower on top of that darn place installed on the roof. And my dad was up there. He's retired. When I said he's retired, he never really had a retirement
Right.
but he was up there with them on that roof to make sure they did it right. Now, whether he knew how to do it or not, I don't know. But he made sure that he was up there watching them.
And didn't you get up on the roof once? Cause
Hmm?
didn't you get up on the roof to do something once? You were a little bit
My
nervous,
dad,
but
I'll tell you what happened. That first house we had on Wood Street, it was like my folks. It was 3 stories,
and you were
and
what,
it
about
needed a
20?
lot of work on it. When I bought it when we came home from the service. Your mother worked when I was in the service.
Mhm.
She saves the $2,000. Just imagine though. That $2,000 was our down payment on that house.
Mhm.
The house was $6,500. We had $2,000, and but it needed a lot of work. And one of the things it needed, it hadn't been painted in who knows when. And I'm telling you, the first year, when it got to painting, I got to give my dad credit. He not only worked at Fisher Body, but he damn near well painted the whole house. And by this time he's in his 70s, you know. And about 2 years after that, we only put one coat on it. So I told your brother, I said, we're gonna paint the house. And I said, my dad ain't gonna do it. I said, there's no way in hell he's gonna do it. I got up on that ladder and I was damn scared being up there. It's one thing being down here looking up. That's one thing. It's a lot different viewpoint being up there and looking down, hanging on a ladder for life with a paint pail and a brush. But that cured me.
Mhm.
I was never afraid of a ladder after that. I was scared to death of a ladder before that. My dad couldn't figure that out. He says, you fly around in an airplane and don't bother you. You get on a ladder and you're scared to death. but he could outwork about 10 guys.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, I'm sure he learned a lot from the other four.